everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Music Made Easy. I'm Mr. Musticato. Today, we're going to be talking about the two sounds that we use to describe our first two types of notes, which is called ta and tt. And what we're going to do is we're going to think back to last week's lesson. So turn your brains on. Here we go. Last week I told a story about the elves and the shoemakers. So if you missed this lesson, you can go back in my YouTube channel and you could click on playlists, and it's the first video in the lower elementary category. And so right now we're learning our first couple of notes, and we just need to think back and talk a little bit about how the story of the elves and shoemakers played out. Right? So basically, when the shoemakers went to work, they worked all day long and made only one pair of shoes before they fell asleep. Only one. But at night, the magical elves, they snuck in and they worked twice as fast. When the shoemakers woke up, the elves snuck back in and they decided to become best friends, and they celebrated about how many shoes the elves had made. Right? The shoemaker was so happy, so the shoemakers invited them in, they danced, and they sang songs, and they all lived happily ever after, of course, right? But while the shoemakers were making their shoes, I made a sound, right? And it was our ta sound. Okay? In music, these are called quarter notes. We call them tas, and they look like this. Right? If you remember back, shoemakers would take out their hammers and they go ta, 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 ta. Right? But the elves, they worked twice as fast. And they made the TT sounds, which in music we call eighth notes. And eighth notes look like this. Do you see how there are two right there? T, T. Right? So if you put them together, this symbol stands for TT. And the elves worked like this. T, 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 T. Hopefully this makes sense. So what I have for you, right, is we can write out the different notes and sounds, and we can say them all together, right? So if we count, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 tas. So how would we say it? We'd say it like this. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Can you try it with me? 1, 2, here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Now if we were to add the bottom line, let's count. These are TTs. Remember, how many TTs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it sounds like this. T, 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 T. Can you do it with me? 1, 2, here we go. T, 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 T. All right. Sometimes we can mix and match. So maybe we want to do some tas and some TTs, right? So I'm going to give you a few seconds, see if you can figure out what this one is. Okay, this is what this one sounds like. Are you ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Hopefully you got it. Here's the next one. A little trickier. I'll give you a few seconds to look at it. Let's see if you can figure out the pattern, and we'll do it together. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Give yourself a thumbs up if you got it right. So sometimes, right, you can try out a really tricky one, or you can make your own, right? So this is one of an example of one of my students. They chose to do this pattern, right? So when you go home, all right, when you're at home, take out a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, whatever you have, and try making a pattern like this one, right? All you have to do is choose. You can choose between ta and titi, and you can put them in whatever order you like. This is the order that one of my students put their tas and titis in, and it sounds like this. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. If I was to clap it, it would sound like this. 1, 2, here I go. So you can say it out loud, you can clap it, you could drum it on your lap. If you have drumsticks, you can even drum it out. Right? This is the earliest part of our music reading. And I think that's it I have for today. So definitely give this one a shot. I hope you had some fun. Think about the elves and the shoemakers, right? Your shoemakers make the ta sounds, the elves make the titi sounds. And I'll see you all next time. Enjoy. Bye bye.